Esther didn't wake up one day knowing she would be brave. She didn't grow up with power, privilege, or certainty about her future. She was an orphan, raised by her cousin Mordecai, living as part of a minority in a powerful empire that didn't share her beliefs or her values. Her life, like many lives today, was shaped more by survival than by choice. And yet quietly God was at work. Through a series of events she could never have planned, Esther found herself in the palace of King Xerxes. She was chosen as queen not because she demanded it, but because she walked with humility, grace, and obedience. Still, even then, she carried a secret: her true identity. She lived with wisdom, listening closely to Mordecai's counsel. She understood that timing matters, that alignment matters, that not every truth is meant to be spoken immediately, but every truth must be honored. Then everything changed. A man named Haman, driven by pride and hatred, convinced the king to sign a decree that would destroy Esther's people. Overnight, an entire nation was marked for death. Fear spread. Mourning filled the streets. And suddenly, Esther's position was no longer a blessing, it was a responsibility. Mordecai sent her a message, one that still speaks across generations. Do not think that because you are in the king's house you will escape. And who knows whether you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this. It was a moment of reckoning. Esther faced a choice many people face today, though it looks different on the surface. Do I stay silent to protect my comfort? Or do I speak, even if it costs me something? Approaching the king without being summoned could mean death. There were no guarantees, no safety nets, only faith. So Esther did something powerful before she did something public. She paused. She fasted. She prayed. She aligned herself with God before aligning herself with action. And then she spoke words that revealed a heart of courage. If I perish, that wasn't recklessness. That was surrender. Esther understood something we often forget, that obedience sometimes requires risk, and courage often begins with fear. She approached the king not with force, but with wisdom. She didn't rush. She didn't react emotionally. She waited for the right moment. She trusted God's timing, not her own urgency. And when the moment came, Esther revealed the truth, her identity, her people, and the injustice that threatened them. What followed was a reversal no one expected. The plan meant to destroy was dismantled. The enemy was exposed, and the people were saved. Esther didn't change the world by becoming someone else. She changed it by becoming who she truly was. Her story reminds us that identity is not something we invent, it's something we align with. In a world that pressures us to blend in, Esther teaches us the power of standing rooted. In a culture that rewards silence, she shows us the cost and necessity of speaking. In moments when fear tells us to shrink, she reminds us that purpose often demands we rise. Esther wasn't chosen because she was fearless. She became courageous because she chose obedience. And perhaps the most powerful truth of her story is this: you don't need to look powerful to be positioned. You don't need certainty to be called. And you don't need to know the outcome to take the step. You only need to be aligned. Because sometimes, the moment you're in the family you're part of, the workplace you're in, the voice you carry, is not accidental. It may be that you are there for such a time as this.